Welcome. In front of me is a HUAWEI MatePad 10.4, and today I will go over unboxing along with a quick overview of this phone, or tablet I should say. So let's pop it straight open. There we go. So nothing on the top here, so I'm just gonna throw that out. Then we got a quick little thing that Huawei started to include. So because they don't have access to Play Store anymore, they include this little pamphlet right here. So for search engine, instead of Google, as you normally have on your phone, you have Petal search. Sounds kind of weird. Anyway, then we have phone clone, just to clone applications and just anything from your device, and gallery app instead of the Play Store. Now, quickly going over the phone clone, this application is better than you probably would expect because this has no Play Store. If you find some kind of app that you can't get from Play Store, or well, you can get from not Play Store but the app gallery, but Play Store, what you can do is download it on a different device and then basically phone clone it to this. So yeah, kind of solves a little bit of a problem there. So yeah, let's just toss that to the side, whip out the tablet. I'm gonna set it to the side for now. Actually, while I do so, I'm gonna also turn it on first. There we go, so it's turning on right now. And while it is doing so, I'm gonna quickly look into the box, what we get here. So in here we get a USB-C to headphone adapter, a cable, and just some booklets. Oh, come on. There we go. So there's the cable. So it's Type-C to Type-A USB, nothing special. I'm just gonna put it to the side, toss this out. We also get a SIM ejector right here. And then we get a charger. Now this charger looks super cheap, so let's see what it is. It is a 22.5 watt charger, so actually it's not that bad. I was expecting it to be way worse, but yeah, anyway, let's just toss that to the floor and get the device right here. Just quickly also look at the back. So it looks fairly clean. So I'm gonna quickly go through the setup, and while I do so, I will quickly go over the specifications of this device. So it has a 10.4 display, which kind of the name implies. It has a 1200 by 20 or 2000 pixels display. It's an LCD IPS with a 81% screen to body ratio and 224 pixels per inch. So honestly, the display looks okay. I don't really see any kind of pixelations on it. Looking right at it, the device does look fairly nice as well. So can't really complain about the actual display right here. Now hopefully I can make it a little bit brighter, because the brightness right now seems to be a little bit lacking. Now on the camera it looks a little bit better because the lights are dimmed and exposure is turned up. But yeah, let's see. Okay, so we can make it go a little bit brighter. Now it's a little bit too bright for the camera, so I'm gonna turn it down, but it is an option, which is nice. Oh, not what I wanted. There we go. So as you can see, this is the home screen right here without any kind of Play Store. The device looks fine. Now let's go over more of the specs right here. So cameras, we have double 8 megapixel cameras on the front and at the back. And if you kind of saw that there are two cameras like I did, you'd be mistaken. One is a flash and one is a camera, as you can see. And then we have a tiny little microphone hole right here. So nothing really special right here in terms of cameras. Shoots at 1080p, 30 frames, nothing more. And then when it comes down to the processor, it has a Kirin 810. It comes in several different variants, so let me quickly check which one I got. So I have the 4GB RAM and 64 storage, 4 gigs RAM. So this is not the lowest spec one. The lowest one would be 32GB storage with 3GB RAM. Then you have a step up with 64 memory or 128 storage memory, and both of those have an option of 4GB RAM. And then you can also go with 128 gig storage and 6GB RAM. So you have several different options. Personally, I would advise you to go for the 4GB RAM version at least. It probably will cost a little bit more, shouldn't be a substantial amount. You'll also get a little bit more storage. 32 gigs might be a little bit on the low side, so I would strongly suggest to probably go for the higher one anyway. But the 4GB will be a little bit better anyway. Now I'm trying to locate, there we go, the tray. Just to make... Of course I dropped it. But I have another one. There we go. So on the tray we have space for an actual SD card, I believe. Yep. So you could just pop in an SD card in here, a normal one, which is really nice. So yeah, like I said, 4GB should be good enough for the majority of the people. The 64GB storage might be a little bit low, but you can expand it via the SD card, which is nice. Now, lastly, the battery in here is a fairly substantial one. It's a 7,250 milliamp hour battery with the 22.5 watt charger. Now, apparently what I've written down was 18 watt charging, which seems to be inaccurate in this case. But yeah, anyway, lastly, the price. It comes at around 250 euros. And honestly, for this price, it seems to be a really decent price. For the specs, it does run a little bit slowish, on the slow side, especially when it boots up. It just kind of lagged a little bit, and I assume if you install stuff on it, you will have more of that problem. But still, for 250 euros, it's a really good device. Now, anyway, this will conclude the overview of this device, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.